this whole Zach Wilson thing. Everybody's jumping on either on him or they're talking about Taylor Swift and whether or not she's coming to the game. Now, I did a little digging yesterday, and there's no official like Taylor Swift is going to be at the game. Everybody's assuming, and I don't know why ESPN went with this earlier in the week. I did
a couple reports out there from some NFL guys, I thought. Is that the one that Jordan Schultz, that guy, put it out there? Is that what it was?
Unless she's, tight with Taylor's group or anything. Now, the interesting thing is, like, all right, if she does go, where's she sitting? The tickets are spiking. People are, maybe bringing their daughters or the Swifties in their life to these games now just in case they can catch a glimpse of her. And I was just thinking, like, the opposing team gets a suite, and I think the Chiefs are bringing in like a lot of their sponsors to this game. So I can't imagine that they would put her in that gaggle of people.
Okay.
If the Chiefs were doing this, I don't know. I'm assuming there may be a suite or two that could be available with that, but it wouldn't be great seats. I guess she could use the New York Giants suite. Right, because the Giants don't use it for the Jet game, and unless I think maybe an opposing owner would say, "Hey, can I use your suite?"
So what are you getting at? That there's maybe a place that they can't put her, so they're going to tell her no? I don't know what they'll figure it out if she wants to go to the game. Yeah, somebody's ass will be out of a suite and she'll be in it.
No, they'll definitely figure it out. And plus, obviously, she just had her tour there.
Yeah, I mean,
so they're very tight with the stadium authority.
Right, so if she wants to go, they'll figure it out. So I don't know why you're going through each and every suite to see where she's going to get in there. I mean, she'll get in there. I
have to tell you, I'm fascinated by the whole thing. You know that. I don't know why. I just am. I had asked my daughter Sydney for some, perspective on this whole thing, and she's a hardcore Swiftie. I didn't realize that, by the way. But she's got the whole thing down. She understands exactly what's going on and how happy people who love Taylor Swift are for her in this moment in time, actually dating a real man.
Oh, so I don't know her dating history. She's not dated real men in the past?
No, I guess theater geeky guys, that kind of
thing. Oh, okay.
Like you look at Al.
Like not like an alpha situation.
No, they're like thin rock guys.
Okay. Like emo rock guys.
Rockers.
That whole thing. So now this
sleepy
is like
douchey rockers.
Right,
sleepy douchey rockers. Yeah. Oh man.
And Sid was giving me the lowdown and the perspective on it.
Okay. Which is what?
That everybody in her life is really happy about this because, he's a real man. He's and as we all know Travis to be.
Yes, we do. We know him to be a real man. He's one of the greatest tight ends we've ever seen play. And he's going to have another opportunity on a national stage to flex. And so are the Jets. I mean, and as I said yesterday, and there was more questions about it, just more and more. I think it was a DJ Reed who was asked about it yesterday. And he's like, shout out to Taylor Swift, but I'm trying to win a football game. And I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of those guys, and they just have to be livid. And what you're telling me about how the sideline is just going nuts during the game and how bad it is, and it's worse than we could have ever imagined, about how frustrated everybody is, and then they got this game coming up. They're a 10-point underdog at home on a national TV game.
Up to 10 now, huh?
Well, it's 9.5, whatever. And you've got the entire media asking you about the girlfriend of the tight end on the opposing team, and there's probably nothing that they can do about it. It's not. They probably just are incapable of winning the game because of the offense that they're going to be throwing out there and the quarterback that they're going to be throwing out there. And I hope to God it would be awesome. And I know that there's a lot of people, because I've been all over Zach Wilson and thinking he can't play, that probably think that I want to see him play poorly. I don't. I will be going nuts. If the Jets end up winning this game and Zach Wilson plays well, and the Chiefs had to get on that plane with their tail between their legs, and Taylor Swift has to take her private jet somewhere, all disappointed because the Chiefs lost, that'll be the greatest thing ever.
Travis Kelce's going to be spending a week. They'll play a game on Sunday night, and Andy will probably give him Monday and Tuesday off. He'll be here. He'll be right here. He'll be right down the street.
If they win, if they lose, I don't think so. His ass better be back there watching film. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, it's Travis Kelce now. Come on now.
He doesn't get what? You're telling me he gets the James Harden rules?
Hey, I'm not saying that he's getting James Harden rules. That's nobody gets that.
He gets to hang out here and not fly back with the team?
I'm telling you, this is, this could be see you Wednesday.
What is this, Urban Meyer all of a sudden again?
No, it's a see you Wednesday moment. Like,
see you Wednesday?
Yeah, that's when they
see you
win.
Next Tuesday, maybe.
When they win, when the team wins, everybody's in the back of the locker room going, see you Wednesday. They want Monday and Tuesday off.
What if they don't win?
Well,
then what? Your ass is on the plane. We're back. We're practicing. You just lost to the Jets and Zach Wilson. You ain't hanging out with Taylor Swift and Tribeca. My ass, you are.
I wonder. I gotta wonder if Andy Reid's playing like Taylor Swift music at practice. To have the offense go through the noise situation. You know how they do that.
Yeah, sure.
Music.
Yeah.
And if Andy had some, I'm sure Andy's having a little fun with us.
Well, I mean, if they're going to try to recreate what MetLife Stadium is going to sound like on Sunday, just pump booze in the entire time during practice, because that's probably what you're going to hear for most of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could get ugly. The fact that we're sitting here talking about this and this being the big story going into Jets Chiefs is disheartening. It's discouraging. It stinks.
All right,
This was supposed to be a great New York football season, and the only thing interesting about this game is who the tight end is dating.
Well, speaking of tight ends, getting waxed.
Yeah.
The U.S. Ryder Cup team got waxed today. They lost all 4 matches.
I know.
They're down 4-0.
I know. Once again, everything that
housed.
I want to happen in sports does not happen.
Right.
Every single thing. I want Damian Lillard on the Knicks. He goes to the Bucks. I want the Jets and Giants to have a great season. They might both be 1-5. I want the U.S. to win the Ryder Cup. They're down 4-0 after day 1. I mean, it's I don't know what. At least I'm okay in my picks. I'm the only one over 500 in the picks.
Yes.
It's the only thing I got going for me, right? And I still got 1 knockout entry. That's it. That's all I got. Sports. Why do we do this to ourselves?
We got 4 inches of rain coming.
I mean, you got Victor Hovland out there with holes in one on par 4s yesterday in a practice round. And he comes out there and beats the hell out of the U.S. Oh, my God. Poor Ann Ligori's out there in Italy probably crying in her gazpacho.
What do you mean? I mean, she's in Italy. It was a beautiful day over there, it looked like.
Yeah, but she wants the U.S. to win. I mean, she's like your quintessential American golfer, and she wants to see the Americans win. And they're getting their asses handed to them in Italy right now.
It's unbelievable. You see the crowds?
Yeah, no, of course.
Huge crowds. Golf is as popular as it's ever been.
Yeah.
And everybody loves these team matches. Be nice to maybe split today as opposed to get waxed this morning.
Oh, God.
Woo.
Just ugly. I mean, and it happens overnight, so you wake up and you see it, and you're like, oh, my God. What a mess.
What a mess is right.
And speaking of beatdowns, too, how about the Detroit Lions, a team that I did not believe in coming into the season, didn't love the hype of them. They're now 3-1. They go into Lambeau, and they absolutely crush the Green Bay Packers. And I look at teams in the NFC, and, of course, we're going to be talking about the Cowboys and the 49ers consistently throughout the year. Those are the 2 best teams. But, like, where do the Giants fall into that next tier? And I think we're really going to figure that out and get a better idea of that after the Seahawks game, because I think the Seahawks are also one of those teams that you're discussing in that next tier, and can they get to that top tier or close to that top tier? But, I mean, I feel like the Lions are right there.
Here's the Lions. They have a great offensive line.
Yeah.
They have 2 running backs, David Montgomery that they picked up from the Bears, right, in the offseason.
Yep, Jahmyr Gibbs.
And they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, Montgomery's doing all the heavy lifting right now. He had 3 touchdowns last night, and he's running with authority, and, they're giving him a predominant number of the carries. Jahmyr Gibbs is an explosive player. They are locked and loaded right now with the running back situation, with the offensive line. They're one of the best offensive lines in football. Remember the debate whether or not the Bengals should take Penei Sewell or Jamar Chase.
Yep.
Well, the Bengals took Jamar Chase, and it's a great pick for him and Joe Burrow, and they clicked immediately, and they've gone to AFC Championship games in the Super Bowl. But Penei Sewell was the other one, and he's turned out to be a great player for the Lions. And this Aiden Hutchinson is, everything that you want in a defensive lineman. He's relentless. He's Nick Bosa, he's Myles Garrett, he's TJ Watt, he's the guys that are, he's the energy that runs that defense. And the defensive and offensive line just absolutely steamrolled the Packers last night. And again, David Bakhtiari, their left tackle, has just been put on IR again.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy just can't stay healthy. And without him playing, they're just not the same team. And Jordan Love had a couple tip balls last night, but and that's why when Rob Saleh is talking about Zach Jones and he's saying that he's not throwing interceptions in last week's games, and that's why they had a chance to potentially win the game with the Hail Mary. Last night, interceptions turned into points.
Yeah, and I was watching this game last night. I know Jared Goff throws that pick right away, but it really didn't affect them in the first half as they end up rolling right by them. But can Zach Wilson be Jared Goff somehow? Can he just do that? Because Jared Goff's not spectacular, and yes, he's won a bunch of games, and with McVay, they went to a Super Bowl, and I understand. But can he just do that? Can he rely on a running game? Can he rely on the other things about the team that are good and just make the throws and not be spectacular? Is it possible that he could be that? Because you look at the Lions, you know that Jared Goff's not a great quarterback, and you know that he's good, he's above average, but he's not someone that if you match up with him in a Super Bowl, you're worried about him being the Super Bowl MVP or he's going to be fantastic and throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Justin Herbert. He's not Josh Allen. Not any of those guys. But he gets the job done. He wins games.
Did you see the interview that he and Big Whitworth had last night?
Yeah, because he called him a poor man's
Tom Brady?
No. Oh, damn it. What was it?
They played together at the Rams. That was the whole thing. That's why Whit was interviewing him.
Poor man's Matt Ryan. That's what it was. He called him a poor man's
Matt Ryan. So did you see the Instagram post of this one NFL fan talking about how the whole league is filled with Kirk Cousins?
No, I did not see that.
Did not say it.
No, but you've seen every Instagram post, I think, of all time.
But they were just talking about Kirk Cousins. This is a Kirk Cousins. That's a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And they even said, we even got a black Kirk Cousins. You know who the black Kirk Cousins is? Dak Prescott.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a lot of guys that are competent. That's all you want from Zach Wilson. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
I just want a competent quarterback that can go out there, go through the process of reading, defenses and get rid of the ball and don't make any stupid mistakes.
I mean, if the Lions can be 3-1 with the way that Jared Goff plays, the Jets could be the same or better. I mean, and if not, and if they can't, then that means that we're overrating the rest of the team. Really? Because either one of two things are happening. Either Zach Wilson is that bad or the rest of the Jets are not that good. So it's so frustrating because there are so many guys that are in now. Kirk Cousins sort of elevated himself to be a little bit better than the average middle of the pack quarterback with the numbers that he's putting up are just absolute insanity. And yes, he's got one of the best wide receivers in football, but there's a lot of these guys that are just in the middle tier. And if Zach Wilson could just somehow get up there with the talent around him, they could still have a season. But I just don't believe that he's capable of that. We're not asking the Jets, Rob Saleh, nobody's asking him to be Patrick Mahomes. Just be like a C+. Don't be a stone F every time you go out there. Be a C+. You might be able to win some games.
Okay, well, he's trying, as you heard yesterday. He's trying to, as he is talking about the noise around him.
Yeah.
He's saying that he's blocking the noise out. It's impossible. I can't even imagine what that kid's going through.
Well, yes, you can.
I mean, I can, but it's even worse than when I was here. When I was here, it was just, this radio station and some writers. Now, it's everybody that's got an opinion can go right to social media, and these I say poor kids. I know he makes up millions of dollars. I understand that. But he's still a human being. Can you not see the human side of things?
Of course I can. And I also see all the humans that are suffering in that building and their jobs are on the line because he's incompetent. There's also that human side. And all the people that are losing money and all the people that are, the Joe Douglas and Rob Saleh and all these other guys that might lose their jobs and their livelihoods because this guy can't play. So I do see the human side of it. And how about the human side of us that has to come in here and talk about this crap every single week because this kid can't play? I see that human side too.
It is a feel-good Friday.
I'm feling great.
That doesn't sound like it.
Well, what do you mean?
You're
can you see the human side? You want me to have empathy here all of a sudden?
I'm trying to talk you through this.
Next time, when Kyler Murray gets healthy and you start trashing him again, I'm going to be like, don't you see the human side in this? This guy is a human being.
That guy got $250 million.
Human being.
Dude, he got a second contract.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So, that human being.
You were trashing him before he got the contract, too.
That human being can get on a plane.
Some reason
and go anywhere he wants in the world.
It's funny
because this kid is trying to figure his way out, and it's been like 3 years of just boom, boom. Just
hey,
stop. I mean,
you get what you put in, right? You get out what you put into it.
Here's the thing about all of this is, they draft Zach 3 years ago, and they say, okay, you're the starter. You got a new coach, you got a rookie offensive coordinator. We got different players running all over the place, and you're the guy. And then 2 years later, we got a Hall of Fame quarterback that wakes up from a darkness retreat and goes, Jets! And here we are.
Yep.
I mean, it's the craziest thing ever.
Well, I mean, you said it. The Jets need to stop babying this guy. It's time
100%.
to all that stuff. But yet you still have these baby Zach Wilson takes about let's support him. There's a human side. Let's give him a little, put on a little onesie and give him a little bottle.
Wait a minute now.
That's what I mean. That's basically what you're doing.
I did not say it that
You're
way.
putting Zach Wilson's mouth up to your teat and you're breastfeeding him. That's what you've breastfed this man the entire week.
I did not say it that way.
That's what you're doing.
Sorry for him. I'm just
yes, you do. You feel sorry for him.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to look at the human side.
Look at the human side. When do you look at the human side?
You're an extremely hardcore individual. Like it's either you're all good or you're bad. I mean, even called Kirk Cousins bad, and then you tell me what all great numbers he puts up and everything.
No. Listen, I've changed my tune on him for 2 years now. Somehow you don't understand that.
Daniel Jones is not going to be the quarterback of the Giants next year. I know that.
All right, you thought Dwayne Haskins was going to be a star. We could do this all day.
We go back and forth, but you started it, not me. I didn't start it.
Well, I'm just saying I'm not contradicting myself like you are.
You're making fun of me.
You're
having
time for them to stop babying him. They have this own personal quarterback coach there. Stop babying this kid, and then you come in here all week, the rest of the week going, oh, I feel so bad for him. I just see the human side.
That was 2 years ago.
Everybody's so hard on him.
That was 2 years ago. When
no, it was Monday.
No,
you came in and said, stop babying this kid.
Right.
Monday.
But I'm just saying 2 years ago is when he had his own personal quarterback coach. Remember they brought in that guy Beck?
Yes.
Not the singer?
Yeah,
John Beck. It was a John Beck?
I don't remember who the hell it was.
That's what I was talking about back then.
Yeah, back then, but they're still doing it.
I know
You're feeding into it.
I'm not feeding into it.
You're babying this kid.
I'm not
you don't
babying
hold his
anybody.
feet to the fire. Jeez.
Yo, man up and let's
play. I tell you, if he was on any other team, he would be on the bottom of your shoe. But for whatever reason, this guy, you've got him in this little bubble, little porcelain Zach Wilson.
And you want to punt the bubble.
I'm sick of it. This business, nobody gets this many opportunities when you're that bad. Just the way that it is.
I know.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to say?
Nothing. I don't want
this is the top of the top. This is the NFL. If you're that bad, you shouldn't be playing. Hey, the Jets knew he shouldn't have been playing. That's why they went out and got another quarterback.
Hey, look, I'm not arguing with your opinion. I'm not here to argue your opinion. You can have your opinion. And I value your opinion. I take your opinion very seriously. All I said is that there was a human side, then you just snapped.
By the way, did you think that Daniel Jones was going to get $40 million? Were you sitting there?
No, I did not. Okay. I thought he was going to get $33 million.
So it was just me that was wrong about that. Yeah. Okay.
No, I thought he was going to get $30. I said $33
Not before
million.
the season, you didn't.
I said he was playing for his future. And you said,
all right, yeah, we knew that. That was a fact, obviously.
Yes, and I thought about $33 million. I never thought in my wildest dreams.
Not before the season did you think $33 million. Neither one of us thought he was going to be back as the Giants coach.
As the season was unfolding, I was saying he was playing himself into a new contract. And I thought 3 years, like $8 million, $99 million.
All right. Boompa. He's got 4 grandchildren now. Little Alice. Got little Kazman.
Yep.
Got Winnie Doo-Doo.
Yep.
He's got little Zach Man.
Little Zach Man.
Little Zach Man. Oh, Boompa, thanks for having me.
As we get closer to the game, you know how the coaches are on your ass all week long? You know how,
except for Rob Saleh.
Joe
wiping Zach Wilson's ass.
Remember Joe Sip was all over you? Like all week long, how miserable he was and how you guys were brutal, you stunk.
Yeah.
Remember? And then all of a sudden, game day comes. Mm-hmm. Then what? You guys did the greatest things ever, man. You guys are awesome. What a week in practice we had. We're ready to go, and then you got your ass kicked by East Islip.
No, well, 1998 week 1, yes. Tim Mesner ran all over us 29-0.
Boom! Thanks so much for watching the video.
Please like and subscribe.
And don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified when we're dropping new content.